your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Is that a monkey?
Where are the gorillas?
Nice monkey suit.
With the help of this chimp, we may have a championship season.
Monkey!
It's like I'm talking to a monkey.
No one wants to be turned into a monkey.
Apes together.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cinemonkey, a monkey movie podcast. We talk all things monkeys in media, sapiens in cinema. And today, we are looking at a very special film. A film that has a special place in the hearts of many, specifically my two brothers, Justin and John. We're talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie from 2023, the animated one. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Wow. Thrilling stuff. Two people have been on the podcast already, and they're shy.
Thank you for inviting me back.
It's
Yeah.
What's it been, like 17 episodes?
it's been a little bit. Yeah.
It's been 2 years. Two years.
2
2
years.
years. Dad's had more, I was going to say screen time, but it's more audio time than you guys. But why do you want to talk about this movie? What does this movie mean to you?
I think it means our own childhood, that we grew up with it. So excited for it to come out, and then it finally happened. But we are here to talk about a very special monkey.
Yeah. No, we'll get to him. We'll get to the very special monkeys in this film. But okay, so this is your first time listening. It's been a while since I've broken down what we're going to do. So we're going to kind of go through the plot. We're going to talk about fun facts and trivia, and then we're also going to talk about the monkeys of the movie, or monkeys. This movie has several. And also we're going to talk about if this movie had no monkey in it, what would happen. And then also, anything we want to get on a tangent and sidetrack about. And if Dad is awake, we'll call him and get his thoughts as well. So let's jump into it. So this movie opens with the Nintendo logo. It is their first official movie that they've ever produced and made. In 1993, there was a movie starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. It was a live-action adaptation of Super Mario Brothers, right on the boom of the video game hype. It did horribly. It did so horribly that Nintendo, for about 20 or so years, was so scared to make any more movies until Universal approached them to make a theme park attraction. And once that was kind of a working relationship, they kind of weaseled their way into making a movie as well, because they felt that Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, and one of the head guys at Nintendo, he was like, hey, I like the way you guys work. I think we have a partnership here. And they've kind of opened up a little bit more with their partnership to make movies. And they've made this one that we just watched. And so the movie starts, we start on the Ice Kingdom, I believe. And we see a barren wasteland of snow, and then we get kind of this looming presence and threat of this giant kind of island ship that's kind of floating towards the Ice Kingdom. It's Bowser's kind of castle fortress. They've kind of changed it up a little bit for this movie. The Ice Kingdom is fighting against Bowser's fortress. We kind of see all of Bowser's minions come out, and we see the Koopas and the Goombas and the Spinies and all these other creatures from the games. And then we also see the penguins kind of come out to defend their castle territory, I guess. And, it starts with a joke where the king of the penguin kingdom is like, beware our fury or whatever. And they start throwing these snowballs at Bowser and his minions, and it does basically nothing, and Bowser wipes them pretty easily, and he gets a hold of the superstar. And once he has the superstar, he's like, no one can stop me. You know what I forgot to do before we kind of move on past the opening credits here? This movie was directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic. You may know them from Teen Titans Go to the Movies. That's what they've directed. It was also stars Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Keegan-Michael Key, Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen, with a very special cameo by Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario. Do you guys have any thoughts of this opening sequence?
Thought it was pretty fun.
Oh wow, you guys are giving me.
I said,
Feels like I'm in
wait,
Zoom
wait, wait.
class.
and-
This is tough. Hang on, I'm locking in. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I was like, should I raise my hand? I didn't know.
jump in and interrupt me whenever you want.
Well, okay. I mean, I agree. Like, yeah, it is pretty cool that there's this nice contrast between like the dark, cold colors of like Penguin Land and like the ice and with like that. And then when Bowser does the like kind of moment where he like torches the whole place with the fire breath, kind of that like red orange does make a really nice visual, which is cool. I think the joke with the penguins is kind of funny. I don't know. I've thought his fury. I mean, the trailer does kind of. I think. The
Yeah,
trailer
it's the
spoils
first
it,
thing
if I remember from
you
years
see.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it was funny when I didn't know the bit, but yeah. It's cool. It's a nice opening sequence. The star is like, but theming the whole thing kind of around like, oh, Bowser needed to get the star so he can have supreme power or whatever was cool. I like the intro. That's just
That's
me.
fine. Yeah. No, I think probably one of the strengths of this movie, kind of as we were kind of mentioning, just like this juxtaposition in the beginning, is that this is probably one of the most beautiful looking animated films to come out.
Yes.
It's a gorgeous
Very.
film. It looks really, really
Very
good.
much so. It is absolutely beautiful spectacle.
Spared no expense. The stitching on Mario's overalls and like scuffs on his shoes.
I was just gonna say that.
It like
You
the
could, like-
detail is incredible in this movie, which is more. This movie was made by Universal and specifically Illumination. If you don't know who they are, actually, you get a lovely minion at the start of this movie to kind of show you that this is an Illumination film who's racing a go-kart. I think this is probably their best looking movie that they've ever made. They really took the time to like make this look really nice. Better than the games? Your opinions?
I would say, I mean, it's different, but it looks very, very nice. I guess if you're comparing it to like, I guess Odyssey would be the most
Sure,
recent
yeah.
comparison. It's a different style, but
It's beautiful. It's a
I mean, a lot of the
masterpiece
stuff
in the
looks
sense
nice.
of
Yeah.
of artwork. It is beautifully well done.
Yes. No. It's a good looking film. I think I was watching some behind the scenes stuff, and Shigeru Miyamoto might have been talking about how in a video game you have to render, and I think this was kind of the directors and story people too. In the video game, you have to render the character and the world every millisecond, basically. And in a movie, you could take your time to kind of render it to look a lot better. I'm not like you could really like hone in on something to make, you know, every hair follicle look great on his mustache, and, you know, the denim on his overalls and the scuffs on his shoes and the mushroom people and you know, the kingdom and blades of grass and things like that, the Rainbow Road. Like, I'm just naming things in the movie, but everything has care kind of put into it. You could tell that the artists really cared about what they were doing when making this movie. Kind of jumping forward, we jump to Brooklyn. It is I was going to say modern day. Sure, why not? It's modern day Brooklyn, and we are introduced to the Mario Brothers with the Super Mario Brothers Super Show theme. Dylan, play a little bit of that right here.
With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers. Hooked on the brothers.
That was great. Thank you, Dylan. So it's kind of an homage to this TV show that aired on Saturday morning television, starring Captain Lou Albano as Mario, and we get some references to him throughout the movie as well, according to IMDb trivia. Mario will call Luigi Lou throughout the film, and apparently that is a reference to Captain Lou Albano. So we get them kind of doing their stereotypical Italian accents. He's doing his, you know, "It's me, Mario. Look at us. We're gonna save Brooklyn." And Luigi's doing the same
was
thing
pretty good.
too. Oh yeah, I've many years. Yeah.
I mean,
what's up, John? What's up?
I was gonna say, no, actually, finish talking about finish talking about the advertisement before, because we learned, Justin and I learned earlier about the original like takes of the accents that they tried to do.
Oh yeah, no, I learned about this as
funny.
well. So like they were doing this, and it kind of zooms out, and we see that they were just kind of doing those accents as a joke for the commercial to be like, oh, it's our trademark, you know. But turns out Mario talks a little bit more like Chris Pratt, and Luigi talks a little bit more like Charlie Day, and they're just like, that's fine. We'll move on from there. What were you gonna say? What did you learn about their accents?
Well, they said originally Charlie Day supposedly went a little too much like The Sopranos and try to do like NJ Italian, and apparently it wasn't working for Luigi. And Mario was NJ Italian.
So apparently from Charlie Day sort of had probably like they compared it to a Goodfellas type Italian style for Luigi. So I'm gonna go with maybe he was trying to do like a Joe Pesci impression. Maybe I'm gonna go with off of that. And then Chris Pratt was.
Oh, you think I'm funny?
Yeah,
Huh?
and then Chris Pratt was trying to do like more of a Tony Soprano.
Yeah, not quite the warm and cuddly mascots you kind of want. Tony Soprano and Joe Pesci. There was a lot of controversy when Chris Pratt was cast as Mario. Charlie Day has gotten no flack. Charlie Day, perfect Luigi. Chris Pratt Mario is a little bit more controversial because it's coming off of the fact that it's like, A, he's not Italian, and B, like, I don't know. I think people kind of had this idea that Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario, who is in this movie, and we see him right after this commercial, he plays Jumpman, who is the guy who's like, I think your accents were good, wahoo! And then he jumps up and he's playing a little Donkey Kong machine, which is fun. I think, unfortunately, if you had that voice for the entirety of a 90-minute movie, it might be a little grating to the parents watching the movie.
I think yeah, that would probably be a lot. And going back to like the Chris Pratt people being like wrong choice, I can't remember if it was like maybe 2 months after or a month after, or maybe even a couple of weeks. Then they were like, yeah, he's also Garfield, and people were just
we'll get to Garfield.
Okay.
Oh, I have some Garfield notes here. Don't you worry. Yeah,
you have some Garfield notes. Okay, good, because I don't know, maybe part of it was this feeling of like not voice actor fatigue, but like actor fatigue in general, where Chris Pratt was moving and working, and this was another project that like someone else could have had.
I mean, I know like some famous voices that people kind of were wanting. Like the most popular one was Danny DeVito as Mario, working alongside Charlie Day, which would be really good. They also wanted Danny DeVito as Pikachu in Detective Pikachu. That didn't happen. Danny will get one of these roles one day. But I'm trying to think of like other people you could have gone with. But Chris Pratt, from his comedy and voice acting roles he had done in the past, I think is a solid choice. And he's watching it again now. I wasn't really upset when I saw it. It does feel weird that he's Mario, but I think, he does a decent enough job. I think there are other people that do better jobs in this movie, like Charlie Day, but and Jack Black, of course, nails it, and Seth Rogen too. But Chris Pratt is also an anchor that I get it. I get why you want to anchor your movie on him. At the time, he was a huge box office draw. He was kind of dipped down a little bit. But like when he was probably first cast, he's a big name. He was doing the Guardians movies, the Jurassic World movies. He was just cast. He did the Lego movies as well. He was just cast in Onward as well. I think that had come out. That was 2020, which was a Pixar movie.
He's in Mercy Now.
He's in Mercy Now, which is better than you thought. He's in Mercy. It's not great, but it's better than you think it is. He's Mr. The Terminal List on Prime. So he's working. He was in Parks and Rec. We could just name all of Chris Pratt's movies, but. He wasn't
wanted.
He wasn't wanted, yeah, but that's not child friendly, so let's not talk about that. So
every child I know going to see Mercy.
And every child should see Mercy because it's about the dangers of AI.
Is that child friendly? That movie?
It's PG-13. It's PG.
It's Mercy, Justin.
It.
Go.
It's Mercy. Chris Pratt punches a camera at one point.
I'll have to check it out.
You don't have to. It's fine. He punches a camera. Chris Pratt. Mercy talk real quick. So Mercy is a movie that came out at the start of this year, the 2026, where Chris Pratt is strapped to a chair and has 90 minutes to solve the murder of his wife that everyone in the world, including this AI, believes he committed. But he has access to the entire database of the world to kind of solve this little whodunit. And it's kind of fun. It's not, particularly great, but it's a good time if you need something to throw on. He's fine in it. But anyway,
Mercy was, I was gonna say, it's oddly in the state or by the University of Vermont. So in Burlington, Vermont, we have like one movie theater. For reference,
is it still playing?
Mercy is still playing, and it has the biggest poster had the biggest poster. I haven't been in a couple of weeks, but they loved it.
I guess the people of Vermont love some Mercy.
Go watch Mercy.
Forget about. Don't worry. I'm not going to talk about other movies. Anyway, let's get back on track here. Can you believe we're only 3 minutes into this movie? I can't. So anyway, the commercial plays and they're like, oh my God, it's how proud are we of doing this commercial? We spent all our money on it. And we're introduced to Sebastian Maniscalco. I forgot he's in this movie. He plays Spike, the foreman of Wrecking Crew, which is another video game reference from probably Mario's second or third appearance, where he works as a construction worker to blow up a building. But Spike is a rival competitor plumber, and he kind of makes fun of them. Can you do your best Sebastian Maniscalco real quick?
Who are you going for? Me or John?
Either one. Chime in.
I think Justin's the better choice here. Yeah.
Can you do a Sebastian Maniscalco?
To do a Sebastian? Let me see.
Can you believe this, Mario?
Wait.
Oh,
I could do this.
That's the line?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I gotta. Hold on. What am I saying? It's the Super Mario Brothers.
That's not so bad.
That was horrible. Let me see if I can hear. Can we pause this? If I can.
No, I'm not pausing.
If I can listen to his voice, maybe I can do it.
We don't have to do it. We got to move on. It's 20 minutes. We got
try. Yes, getting back to the Punch Out restaurant.
Yes, the Punch Out restaurant, which is a reference to. Oh my God, this is going to be this whole podcast. This is a reference to this video game, but this is a reference to the Mike Tyson's Punch Out. With Little Mac, and if you look on the walls, if you don't know who Little Mac is, he's the protagonist of that game. It's a little guy, and he works his way up fighting all these different guys to fight Mike Tyson. And then they lost the rights to Mike Tyson. So then it just became Mr. Sandman. So I don't know if Mr. Sandman's on the wall, but he is. But anyway, the Sebastian Maniscalco's there as
I don't
Spike.
think it was.
I don't know. You watched the 101 Easter eggs or whatever. 300 Easter eggs.
Yes, we did. And about those Easter eggs,
we're about to get another Easter egg.
As you mentioned about the photos on the wall, the two most prominent ones are, of course, Glass Joe.
Of course, Glass Joe.
French.
Can you explain? Also, you got to explain this for Dad because Dad's.
I gotta explain Glass Joe. All of Glass Joe's whole bit is that he lost a lot of fights, and if you he's bad. He's not very good at the whole boxing thing. And then there's also another one. Who is it? I believe it's the guy from Canada who I'm blanking on his name. But there are photos of them, and they're from the Wii version. Not the original Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but from the Wii version.
Doc Lewis.
Which we own. Doc Lewis. And there's photos of Doc Lewis throughout the entire movie, actually. Because there's a scene with him on a bike doing the Rocky thing. There you go. Some fun facts.
Fast facts with John. We're gonna throw it to John for fast facts.
Keep coming back.
All right. So Spike is like, "You're losers, Mario," or whatever, and
Dude, that was pretty good.
Yeah, you're losers. Can you believe this? Stupid. Can you believe this? Anyway, it's not good. We're not impressionists. Anyway, Luigi gets a phone call, and he's like, actually, we've received one call already. It's from our mom, and actually, she says it's pretty cool. And then he drops his phone as he gets a real phone call, and that is the GameCube sound. Dylan, throw the GameCube sound in. Great, wonderful.
You didn't give him enough time.
Dylan's gonna have a great time editing. No, it's okay. It's the magic of audio. He could do anything. Anyway, so he puts the GameCube... no.
He picks up the phone, and he gets a call.
He picks up the phone, and they're like, hey!
Fast fact about the call. What it is it's a silhouette, because it's an unknown number. And it's a me. It's the outline of a me, because this is a movie made by Nintendo. And they love it. And they love their Easter eggs. And you're going to hear so many more.
All right.
Fast facts.
Fast facts. Thanks, John. Anyway, so they get a call, and they're like, hey, we have a leak. And they're like, Mario Brothers, on the rescue. Let's go. So they get in their van, and they go across town, and they get to this really nice apartment building, and they meet this lovely couple. And they're like, hey, we got a leaky faucet upstairs, but watch out for our dog. And they go, yep, okay, no problem. Our dog's a little cutie pie. Walk across, we got to speed through this. We walk across the room, they fix the pipe, everything's fine, but Luigi stepped on the dog's bone. That causes some tension with the dog. The dog attacks them, and so shenanigans happen in this bathroom. And they wind up throwing the dog out the window, they catch him, and they're using their plumbing skills to fix everything. But they wreck this couple's bathroom, and they're kind of seen as losers. And they go home, and they're, we know this as a lovely Italian family, and they sit around the table having a nice Italian pasta dish of some sort that has mushrooms in it. But oh no, Mario hates mushrooms. Hope that doesn't come up later. And we got these uncles sitting around the table. What do you think Mario's uncles' names are?
Tony.
Vinny?
No, but good try.
Pretty sure one of them's Uncle Tony.
One of them is Tony.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I don't remember the other ones. I just remember Uncle Tony.
It's Tony and Arthur.
Oh,
Arthur? I like that.
And they're like, you guys are losers. And even Mario's dad is like, hey, I don't believe in you, son. But Mario's mom's like, they're just my boys, Look at these sweet boys. Mario gets upset, storms off, leaves, goes to his room, where he begins. John, tell me some fast facts about Mario's room.
So, my favorite one from that video we watched, you will see on the floor of Mario's room, there are 2 pieces of sport equipment. Guess what the sport equipment is?
What are they?
Oh,
is it golf and tennis?
It's actually, there's a baseball, and I believe the tennis is the second one.
Tennis racket.
But actually, in the dinner scene, there is a photo, and in that photo is a photo of what looks to be Mario playing tennis in the game Super Mario Tennis Aces, I think is the correct title.
That wasn't in the room.
That's a fast fact.
That was in the dining room.
It's in the it's in the dinner. Yeah, the dinner scene. The dinner scene.
In the dining room.
In
addition,
yes. Oh, you make fun of me! You're making fun of me! Yeah.
In addition, supposedly the 2 uncles, or not the uncle, the dad and one of the uncles are supposedly people who look like Zelda characters, but I don't have that ball knowledge. But take that as you will.
Great. Good
You're
stuff.
welcome.
It's well done. Well done, Joe.
So Luigi comes in with a plate of spaghetti. Luigi comes into Mario's room with a plate of spaghetti as he's playing Kid Icarus. Fast fact. And while he's playing Kid Icarus, Mario's like, man, our family sees us as losers. Why we're just big losers. And Luigi's like, don't worry about it, man. We'll be fine. And just as this is happening, on the TV, there's a big alert. There's Mayor Pauline has stated a state of emergency because there's a big flood from one of the pipes in the sewer system or something. And they're like, Luigi, we could save Brooklyn. let's get in our van. We could save the day, and then it'll be great advertising for us. So they get in the van, they go down to the sewers, and they're investigating around, trying to see where this is shenanigans of this water is coming from. And they come across this big green pipe. And as they slowly approach the big green pipe, they get sucked in, and we're whisked away to a magical land, which is the Mushroom Kingdom. And as they're floating through space, Luigi and Mario are kind of spinning around together, and they're like, as long as we're together, nothing bad will happen. And then Luigi kind of gets shunted off away, and Mario kind of goes down on his own path, and they both end up in different locations. John, you look like you have some fast facts you want to say to me.
There's a part. There's no fast facts, but you like. I just think it's important to mention that there aren't just like the green pipes underground in Brooklyn, right? In actuality, they find this other pipe, which is this main water valve, and because they're just like okay plumbers, they don't actually fix it, and the whole system blows up. But they get knocked through some random underground brick wall into the pipe room, because we have those, I guess. And
have you been underground in Brooklyn?
Have you? I would assume.
No, but I'm just saying, maybe there is. Room. You don't know.
But they go through it, and then yeah. But the separation scene, I guess, just getting to that, it looks very pretty because of the whole like pipe system and how when it kind of switches from kind of any of the worlds they're changing between, it does like the light effect, and then as they're like kind of falling through it together, it's I don't know, it looks really nice. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, there's a fast fact.
Something?
as they crash into that room, the outline of the hole that they go into the wall is actually the 8-bit Mario head.
I did see that.
That's a really good fast fact.
Yeah, that's fast fact.
That's fast fact. So we make it. We're in the Mushroom Kingdom. Guys, can you believe it? We just finished the first paragraph on Wikipedia.
That's crazy. Let's go. Give ourselves a round of applause here. 30 minutes in, first paragraph. There's so much more to go to.
Anyway, so we end up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and Mario kind of like looks around and he's like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And he meets Toad. And Toad's there, and he's like, my brother got separated. And Toad's like, that's bad. Let me take you to Princess Peach. And we kind of walk through, and we kind of see the Mushroom Kingdom through Mario's eyes, and we see this village, the Toad kind of town that's at the bottom, and they all have these like little shops, and there's like little visual gags here and there, like you punch a block and the coins, and they got to collect, that's their ATM, so they have to collect all the coins, and they have a cap shop, and do you remember any of the other places? Just kind of things that are
John's got some fast facts about this scene.
I don't have many. I have. Yeah. You kind of hit my one fast fact there, but I like how you referred to it as Toad Kinda Town. I thought that was really good, because you could have just called it Toad Town and made it easy for yourself, but you want to make sure it's like kind of like a town. I don't know, the alternative it being alternative it being Toad City, Toad Hamlet. It could have been either, but
it could be Toad Township.
It's right on the edge of residence, right? It could go either way.
Yeah, I mean it's like what, like 10 houses and a couple shops. There's a lot of toads. There's so many toads. Toad is played by Keegan-Michael Key, where his voice is pitched up quite a bit. Now, I thought they were going to go with Captain Toad, more of a newer character.
Well, fast facts. He does have a lot of Captain Toad's equipment. He has the frying pan.
Fast might. Not a fact. If it's
maybe fact.
No, didn't it? I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that video that we watched, they said it was Captain Toad. John, back me up here.
I don't know. I don't remember that, but I can say from a different video we watched, there was an interview with Keegan-Michael Key about how he got the cadence and tone of it, and he said he's actually trying to mimic one of his friends who kind of talks in that manner, which is kind of funny. But yeah, no, I think he does a really good job, and I think throughout the movie, in all honesty, I feel like they don't really give Toad that much to do, but He hangs out, and that's pretty cool.
No, he's just
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Well, he's kind of the guide to Mario, and he takes him through kind of Toad Town or Toad kind of Town, and he shows him the kind of the ropes of how the world functions. So like, there's just floating bricks everywhere, and there's moving platforms, and you have to go into pipes to go up, and he eventually, after he takes them through this little adventure through Toad kind of Town, and they get to the top of the hill, the mountain. We get to Peach's castle, and he distracts some guards for Mario. I like this joke. That's like, I don't like the way they're messing with you, and then he just starts cooking for them, and he's like, "Go ahead, go. They're distracted. That's fine." Mario goes into the castle and makes his way through the castle. While Mario has just entered, Peach is having we meet Princess Peach for the first time, and Peach is having a very important meeting with the Council of Toads, I assume. Missed opportunity for Toadsworth to be in this movie, to kind of be her like right-hand person. They have a guy that's kind of like Toadsworth. For those of you who don't know, Toadsworth is a very old man who is a toad. Think Papa Smurf, but Toad.
They kind of created the character that does basically everything Toadsworth. And Toadsworth is not like a one-game medium character. He's in a lot of the media. But they kind of missed the opportunity just to like slightly change the coloration of the toad, because I think he's just blue and he's old, and those are the two characters.
He's not even old. He's just kind of has a deeper voice. He's like, "Oh my God, Princess Peach." He's like, "What will we do? Bowser is coming," and she's like, "I don't know." Actually, she has a plan. So she tells them she's gonna go to the she's gonna go to the Kong Kingdom. She's going to the Kong Kingdom.
Take that back.
They have an army. And
I take that back.
And they will
express
fight
plan.
Bowser for her.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Good plan. Meanwhile, this ends, and the Toads are like, "Yay, Princess Peach. Wonderful." Mario slams into her as she is leaving this meeting, and she flips him around and smacks him on the ground to show she's got skills. Skills he doesn't have. And he is like, "Princess Peach, you have to help me save my brother Luigi." And she's like, "I'm very busy." "Okay, let's go. I'll trade you," or whatever. And she takes him upstairs to the top or the back of the castle, and she presses a button, and out unfolds a classic Mario Brothers course. And it's got everything from bullet bills to fake piranha plants to kind of things. How do I describe it? Spinning pendulums, floating platforms, all that fun stuff. And Peach runs through the course no problem, and shows that she's not to be messed with, because she has skills that Mario doesn't have. Go ahead, you have something to say, Justin. Oh
No, I think John has.
Oh my God, this feels like I'm.
I think John has.
I feel like
facts
I'm
about this
teaching a high
obstacle
school
course.
class right now. I feel like I'm-
No. Okay. Well, I was gonna say after Peach does not the montage yet, but she completes the course, no issue. And then after it cuts to Mario attempting to do the course, and he doesn't quite realize how difficult it was going to be.
The power-ups.
They introduced the concept of
we learn about the power-ups.
Yes, I was just gonna say
power-ups
yeah.
are all of the items you would get in a particular Mario game. So throughout the movie, we get a bunch. We get the mushroom that makes you big. We get Taduki suit. We get the fire flower, ice flower, all these different power-ups throughout the movie. And all you have to do is touch them. That's how the rules work. Don't worry about it. This movie is very much, don't worry about it, just move on. So he eats the mushroom, but he hates eating mushrooms, as I've established before. So he kind of like gags a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta," and she's like, "Just eat the stupid thing," and shoves it down his throat. They eat it, and he gets bigger, he gets buff, he gets faster. It gives you all these kind of powers. But if you get hurt, it reduces him down to size. A running joke throughout this movie as well is that Mario is very short king. What can I say? I relate to this guy. I wish I had a Mario super mushroom on occasion, but crickets. Wonderful. Let's move on.
That's tough. I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
As the shortest brother amongst the brothers.
But yeah,
I relate to Mario. I get it. Listen, one of us has their name on a podcast, and some of us don't have a name on a podcast.
One of them is taller than you. Actually, all of them are taller than you.
Yeah, I'm the shortest.
We don't gotta go accomplishment for accomplishment. Yeah, we can pocket.
Yeah. Some of us are published authors.
Some of us. Yeah, I was gonna say published researchers, but like that's cool.
And it's
that's
not
cool
me.
too.
I'll tell you that.
I'm just here.
Yes, it is the power up system that they the way they kind of show it with the flowers, especially when they get to that later. It is cool to see them visually kind of just like stand near it or touch it and then absorb it. The mushrooms they have to eat, which they show numerous times with that. But after this kind of Mario tries the course, gets humbled, it cuts to a montage of him trying again and again and again to do the course, right? And it's one of like the first sequences throughout this movie where they use licensed music, which I think this one...
Incorrect. No.
No?
From the very beginning, we have licensed music. Is No Sleep to Brooklyn.
No Sleep? Oh! Yeah. From the start? I thought that's later. I thought they do that bit later.
No. Throughout this movie, yeah, there is license. So... I'm gonna stand on my soapbox, just so I could be the height of you guys. That's my, so I can see into your eyes. And I'm gonna just, I do not like that this movie beats you over the head with licensed music. I think there is so much good Nintendo, specifically from the Mario and Donkey Kong games, like songs and music, and they play a bunch of them throughout the film, and you hear like little melodies, but you don't need, and they're all iconic. These are games that have been played for years, and by hundreds of thousands, millions of people. People know this. People have heard, the Super Mario Brothers theme and the Donkey Kong theme and all these different things. And to kind of cover it up with Holding Out for a Hero or No Sleep to Brooklyn, and there's a really egregious one that I really hate a little bit later in the movie, which we'll get to. But like, it kind of, I don't know, it feels less Mario to me.
I agree with that.
I would say.
I agree. Some of it is
like,
it just seems to be
it takes
thrown
away
in
the
there.
whimsy almost.
Yeah. It just seems to be thrown in there, have some fun with it. But yeah, I agree with you. I think they didn't really need any of the songs, to be honest. They could have just used their own stuff.
No, like, you don't need Holding Out for a Hero. Like, No Sleep to Brooklyn is fun or whatever, but like, you also could have done like, you have so many themes from all the Mario games. You could have picked one and, orchestrated it and, put it in there. But it's fine. It's whatever. We move on. So Mario goes through this challenge throughout the day and fails and fails and fails and fails. And then he gets really good and he gets really close. And as he's trying to impress Princess Peach, he fails. But Peach is like, we ran out of time. Let's get going. We got to go. They head out on their adventure. And then they kind of head on out. Meanwhile, cut to Luigi coming out of his warp pipe. What's he been up to? He's in a spooky little forest. We come across, he's a little, it's kind of established that he's a bit of a fraidy cat. He's not that brave. He was scared of that dog earlier. And he goes throughout this spooky forest kind of like looking and calling out for Mario, trying to evoke like bits of Luigi's mansion. And
Good
comes
fact.
across...
Good fact.
Fast
fact. Yeah.
And he comes across some bats, and then he winds up falling into a dry bones, and these dry bones, they chase him throughout the spooky forest. Kind of like, it's a fun little spooky sequence, where if they fall apart, they come back together, and then there's like 15 of them chasing after him, and they chase him across like this lava pit, and then he winds up at the edge of it, this castle, opens the door, and gets kidnapped by a bunch of shy guys. cut back to
Now,
Mario and Luigi. Oh, you have something?
Before-
You have some fast
I was
facts?
gonna say
Yeah.
now, do either of you remember the name of the area in which he fell into?
No.
No,
No.
it's called the Badlands, and I think that's pretty funny.
Good stuff. Good stuff, everybody.
Because bad things
Clap it
happen.
up all around.
Because bad things happen there, and
Because and that's
a
Crack
note,
the code.
just a note about the dry bones is they look kind of like genuinely are pretty scary. Especially there's a part where one's head falls off, and like it is a little like, oh wow, like because they look really good. But I just want to mention
the fire in its eyes and everything, and
yeah. They look really, really good, and it does kind of especially with like the contrast of like, oh wow, look how bright it is in the Mushroom Kingdom and happy, and then they put Luigi in like the dark evil forest of the Badlands, and he's kind of tweaking a little bit, and then he runs into like these things and it's like pretty afraid. It does a nice, as you mentioned earlier, a nice juxtaposition between the two kind of brothers and what's going on with
their experiences. It reminds me of kind of now children, if you are listening to this, cover your ears because you shouldn't see this movie. But it reminds me of a movie called 22 Jump Street, where I think or 21 Jump Street, where they take drugs for the first time, and one of them has a great trip and is in a rainbow bubble land and everything is great, and then Jonah Hill is in the emo dark dimension. Anyway, just thought that would be fun to bring up.
Yeah, you got it.
Dylan, you can cut that out.
No,
probably.
keep that in. Keep this in. That was good.
Let's talk about other movies.
Wait, there was some monkey in that movie, wasn't there?
No, I don't know. I'll have to check it out again. I'll watch it for the 50th time. Anyway.
It's 22 Jump Street.
So
that movie. Just to
this is 22 Jump Street?
Yes.
Anyway, Mario and Peach and Toad, they're going on. Toad is just like, I'm here. And Peach is like, whatever. Sure. We get a kind of a montage where they kind of go through a bunch of levels, all these different biomes, and, they're climbing up a rock kind of mountain, and you see them with the fire, not fire. I'm slowing down. You see them, the fish and things, and they go through the levels of Mario. There's not enough time in this movie to do a full game, but we got to get places. And we get like a little quiet moment where Peach shows Mario a fire flower. There's like a kind of a field of them, and she lights a fire. And she looks up and she's like, there's a lot of different universes out there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, wink. Next movie, wink, nudge. And then it kind of ends, and we see where Luigi's at. And Luigi is been kidnapped by Bowser's minions, and he's put in a cage. And we meet the Penguin King from before. He's there. Kidnapped, and also we meet a Luma. Now, for Dad, who doesn't know what this is, a Luma is this little star creature that will be more important in the second movie, I assume. But it's hard to explain without the other characters.
What explanation is that?
Now you see, Dad. It's blue, and it's going to be important for the next one. Don't worry about it. And it's a little bit sad too.
And it's played by a child and wants to die. All it wants to do is die. All right. So there's a running joke throughout the movie where it's like, "Please kill me." But like, I'm not going to explain the lore of
you don't have to.
Super Mario Galaxy right now. There's so much of it.
You didn't have to.
Now you see, Dad. There's another character we'll get to later.
It's just.
We'll talk about that when you watch the second one. Anyway.
But you did quickly kind of skip over before they put Luigi in the cage and everything along that lines. He stands before Bowser, and Bowser starts to do this kind of interrogation of, who are you? Do you know? Because he got wind that there's this other human who's spending time with Peach, and he doesn't like that. And he
because Bowser is in love with Peach. We have to make sure that's important.
That's a good fast fact.
That's not a fast fact. That's a important fact.
But it's a fast true fact then.
Dad, if you
But he ends up like, he's asking the questions, and then he like does, I guess, this mock, not I don't want to say mock, he kind of like does like a little bit of like, I'm gonna torture you to get information out of you, because at first Luigi goes, I don't know the other human who wears the M on his cap, even though I wear an L on my cap and we look similar. And so his like method to get the information out is he's like removing parts of his mustache, which is kind of brutal actually, it was uncool.
Uncool of the bad guy to torture
bad guy's
someone.
Bad guy's uncool, man. That wasn't right.
Sometimes bad guys are pretty cool, but John says Bowser not cool.
But Luigi ends up giving up this information that like that's his brother, and he's another major plot line throughout this movie is that Luigi really admires Mario. He looks up to his brother and he wants to be just like his brother, and so when it's kind of hard. It was really hard for him to kind of rat out his brother in this way, and then you just kind of hear him say, "But he's really awesome and he's the coolest guy," and then Bowser is threatened by Mario from the start, you can tell. And so he's asking questions like, would a princess find him attractive? And Luigi responds with what's a great line of like, oh, I messed it up.
It is a good joke. It is a good joke.
I cooked it. No, I got nervous.
Would a princess find him attractive? And it's like, yeah, if she's got a good personality or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. And then it transitions back to kind of, let's look at the fun time Mario's having.
Yeah, Mario's on this fun adventure, and Luigi's like, "I'm gonna die."
Yeah.
All right, so we cut back to Mario and Peach and Toad. You know that fun adventure that would have been really cool to see? Skip through that. We already mentioned that. It already happened. 5 minutes, 2 minutes at most, maybe 1 minute. It didn't take very long for them to get to the Kong Kingdom. Oh boy, my bread and butter. This is what we're here to talk about, boys.
Mike, before you call it Kong Kingdom, I got bad news.
Donkey Kong Country.
It's not called either of those.
That's right.
It's Jungle Kingdom.
There you go.
Good job.
I know. But listen, it's for Dad. Anyway, so we get to the Jungle Kingdom. They knock on this big door. Who answers the door? But an ape in an 80s white blazer of some sort. And Mario's like, is that an ape in an 80s white blazer? It's like, yeah. And then he puts on some sunglasses and he says, get in. And they play Take On Me. And this is what I hate this one. I hate this. This shouldn't be in the movie. There is a perfectly good Donkey Kong song. Dylan, I want you to go find Jungle Japes for me. Play a little bit of Jungle Japes right here. How sick is that? Instead of Take On Me, that rocks. Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say it's interesting. Like, I don't have much familiarity with like Donkey Kong Country and things like that, but this kind of mix of, like the Azteca Mayan kind of structure mixed with like this whole reliance on a super advanced road system is very interesting to me, at least. I
really dislike. This is something I do not like about this movie, is that, as a monkey fan and as a Kong fan, as someone who, loves all things monkeys, they've kind of put the Kongs in a very weird position where they kind of force them to be the Mario Kart land for some reason, when they very much aren't that. Like they're monkeys and should be in the jungle and do monkey things, but yet they also are the master builders of these go-karts and roads and stuff, where it should just be monkey land, in my personal opinion, where we get, all things bananas and, rhinos, and there's all this different kinds of stuff that you could have pulled from. And I know they needed to put Mario Kart in this movie. You really didn't, but they wanted to put Mario Kart in this movie because that is such a staple of the Mario franchise. So you kind of stick it here. But yeah, it kind of paints the Kongs in like a different light than they've normally been seen as before. Now, you're probably the Kongs have been portrayed, and we will talk about this at length at a later date. But I think it should kind of have felt like the Donkey Kong Country show, where it is just kind of just like ape society, like I was mentioning before. And like, you know, they're doing animalistic things as opposed to this kind of hybrid of the go-karts and, you know, I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say here?
No.
I've kind of lost
I'm not.
my
I have no.
I was. I think going back to the word juxtapose.
let me step off my soapbox.
I think going back, I think from what I got is you were trying to say something along the lines of, I don't know. It's interesting that they juxtapose the, you know, these the Kongs and stuff like that with the go-karts, which is like, okay, yeah, like somebody's got to do the go-karts. I get it. I guess there's no other real group that could do it. But it's interesting, or at least you might have found it weird or strange, that they juxtapose what's supposed to be this primitive kind of tribe-esque group of individuals with the most advanced technology that they have within the current, you know, universe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. To me, Donkey Kong franchise is always about, like, it's less whimsical than like a Mario game, but like it's all about like kind of like in my mind it's more Indiana Jones kind of like adventure as opposed to modern technology go-kart.
I will raise my hand here. Maybe it's a nod to Diddy Kong Racing. And then they connected it to Mario
It is
Kart.
not, because it is straight. Oh wait, I guess
I'm
so.
talking. Like,
Although
let's rewind for a second. It's
Go ahead.
probably a Diddy. It's probably a nod to Diddy Kong Racing, but they're using the more advanced technology part of making it Mario Kart.
That would explain at least more in my mind. I haven't played.
How's
Diddy
that
Kong Racing.
hypothesis? I know it's a nod directly to Mario Kart, but to cancel out what Michael just said, how Monkey should swing from vine to vine and not drive car, I'm gonna go with that because that
Monkey should swing from vine to vine and not drive car.
I think they missed a real opportunity to use the barrels. If I'm correct, I don't think there was a single like barrel.
No,
thing.
Incorrect.
Wait.
No, so many.
Wait. What do you mean by
no,
like
what are you talking about?
Like you know how like if they step into the barrel and then it shoots them.
Okay.
Oh yes. Okay. Yes. yes.
I know they use barrels later, but I'm just saying.
No, they had roads for that, John, and the paraglider.
Yeah,
why would they need? Why would they need those cannons?
Well,
cannon barrels.
It doesn't matter because that's cool and sick actually, and they decided not to do the cool and sick option.
They do try to do like
DK and Diddy ride a rhino and ostriches. That's awesome. Put that in the movie.
No, they have.
Have you played those games? Those games rock.
The Blazer Kong eats a banana and throws it behind it, and then some guy who's like a little late for work drives onto it and then goes into a building and explodes, and no one is worried.
I'm glad you brought this up because I'm very concerned about that monkey, how he just explodes, and they're just like, they both like look at each other like, whoa, and that's it. Like they don't go and check on the monkey. Nothing happens. We don't know what happens to that monkey.
Nah, you don't know Kong rules, man. Kong society is different.
It's like a
you could just commit
25-second gag. Yeah, like they they spend time on that.
You don't know where on the hierarchy in the Kong society this guy was. He was pretty low on the totem pole. He didn't even have a name. You know, even Blazer Guy doesn't have a name, as I'm pretty sure. But you know, we do have some Kongs that do have names, and we'll meet them in a minute. But they get to the end of the road. Blazer Kong lets them go, and he eats a banana and leaves, or whatever. and they meet Cranky Kong, played by Fred Armisen, who I also don't like. Which,
Why?
that's okay.
Why do you not like Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong?
I find, again, it's, maybe it's the purist in me.
Maybe it's the what?
It's the cranky purist.
Oh.
Maybe it's the Cranky Kong purist in me. But I think he should have been played more older and senile. That's all I'm saying.
Why? Do you prefer... Wait, okay. So do you prefer the Fred Armisen one or the one that we grew up with? Are you biased to the original Cranky Kong?
Donkey Kong Country is what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. He seems a little too put together, And maybe that's just this version.
He strokes
this society.
He strokes his beard with his feet.
And that's a great monkey thing, and I agree. That's great. But just kind of the way he acts is kind of like,
I guess whatever, right? I'm just the king of the monkeys, of the Kongs.
Yeah. He's like an Italian guy with a sinus infection.
That is true. That's a very good analogy. I just tried doing that. That was exactly my imitation.
Yeah.
An Italian guy with a sinus infection.
That's what Fred Armisen is going for, and it's fine. It's I'll have to accept it because that's my cranky moving forward. But it is what it is. I wanted there to be more Cranky from Cranky, and he wasn't as cranky. He's just kind of like, yeah, let's see what happens.
This is true. Okay. He was not cranky.
So Princess Peach pleads to Cranky Kong and says, hey, we can't leave here without your army because Bowser's coming. And Cranky's like, no. And then Mario challenges Cranky and is like, I say I'll fight your son, and if I win, we'll get your army and we'll fight Bowser together. And Cranky's like, yeah, sure, whatever. You're gonna get creamed, whatever. So Mario kind of hypes himself up in the arena, kind of like back room before they raise the gate, and he comes on out and he sees it's got a bunch of construction girders. Like the game Donkey Kong. Who do you think we're going to meet in a moment? We then get a fantastic, introduction to my main man, Donkey Kong, played by Seth Rogen, and he's introduced with a little ditty, who is also a character, but a little song from DK64 called the DK Rap. And Dylan, play a little bit of the DK Rap right here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Performance for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to clap as we take you through this monkey rap.
Isn't that sick? That's awesome. It's great when you can't hear it yourself. But
what do you mean?
But the DK Rap, yeah, you're jamming out right now. Dylan, continue playing it. Let's get this video delisted.
What's interesting about the DK Rap specifically for this movie is there's like a...
Oh, you got some fast facts? Okay.
I was going to say there's a small bit of controversy within like the credits for the movie. When they cite the DK Rap and all of that, they cite Donkey Kong 64 specifically.
That is what the game where it comes from.
They don't cite the guy who made it.
Yeah, that is a bummer. That is a bit of a bummer. Yeah. But it is a great song. And we can name some of the Kongs right now if you want that we see around the arena. Now, I mentioned Diddy as a little Diddy. There's Diddy Kong. He has a girlfriend named Dixie Kong. She wears a pink hat. There's also, they're standing next to, of course, Chunky Kong, who wears a blazer, not a blazer, but like a vest and a white t-shirt and a red hat. Apparently in the crowd somewhere is Funky Kong, who's just the most radical dude you've ever met. And that's all the cool Kongs I spotted.
You got them all.
Good job.
Yeah.
No Lanky Kong.
No love for Lanky Kong. Lanky Kong is an orangutan who is lanky and wears overalls. That's sick.
In case you're wondering, Dad, that's what he looks like.
That's what we want.
Mike's not going to explain his origins because that's
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's
in the second
Donkey
movie.
Kong 64 was Lanky Kong, right? I'll fact check it.
Nah.
Lanky Kong's
Yeah,
first
fact check
appearance.
yourself,
I
dude.
will.
You
My
have
facts.
this magical device in front of you called a laptop.
And I'm on it. I'm working on
Anyway.
it right now. Lanky Kong's first.
Anyway, so
thing.
Cranky Kong, meanwhile, while you're looking that up, Cranky Kong is like, hey, I put some power-ups around the arena because I didn't want the fight to go too poorly. Also, why would you do that? But also, sure, whatever. You want to entertain your masses. And Donkey Kong does this little pecs thing, and he's like, hey, Dad, look at me. And his dad is like, I don't care about you, son. It's fine. So they fight, and they go, and Donkey Kong just pounds him. Just pounds Mario, beats him up real quick. Peach from the stands is like, Mario, you idiot. Get those power-ups. Mario gets a power-up. What does he get? He gets a little mushroom, and he goes, see you later, sucker. And he eats it. Makes him tiny. And that's very funny. We get to hear Seth Rogen's laugh. Dylan, play me Seth Rogen's laugh.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You didn't even need the clip. You didn't even need the clip. Also, going back.
Dylan, play them next to each other. That's sick.
Thank you very much.
What's up? You got fast fact. Yeah.
But going back to the Lanky Kong, yes, I was correct. It was Donkey Kong 64 was his first appearance in 1999.
This is good stuff. That was actually a slow fact, but that's okay. We got it checked.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Fact payoff. Wait 10 minutes.
That was Chekhov's fact right now.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say the whole thing about like DK showboats throughout the whole thing. DK is portrayed as a Kong who is playing to the crowd because they're in the stadium, and meanwhile Cranky Kong's like, I don't like that. Stop that. Rah. And there's a little bit of a disconnect between the two, which makes DK feel a little bit bad about himself.
Yeah, a little bit unloved. Like, Daddy.
Yeah, he's got some.
Daddy noticed me. Almost like Mario earlier in the movie. Not juxtaposed, but parallel. Anyway. Mario gets tiny. Mario gets tiny, and they kind of jump around or whatever. We get a little fight scene in this thing. And Mario gets another power up, and it's like, sick. Yeah, what power up did Mario get? Mario gets the cat suit. And that's where we talk. Now it's time for Garfield chat, where Chris Pratt cast as two different cats in two different movies. Also, fun fact: two of the biggest. This is not fast. It's a bit slow because I'm going to take my time explaining this because I want to drag it out. But you're anyway. Dylan, I need you to play two different clips for me right now. Dylan, I need you to play Meow as said by Chris Pratt as a cat.
Meow.
Now, and then I need you to play from Sonic the Hedgehog, Meow.
Meow.
There you go. Two of our biggest franchises in video games, both adapted to movies in their first appearances. They both pretend to be cats. How sick is that? Nothing from the Peanut Gallery. That's great.
Well, you said that Garfield's one of the biggest characters in video games. Did I hear that right?
I think you did.
Sonic.
I'm sorry, you cut out on my end.
No. I mentioned Sonic the Hedgehog. I said
I didn't
Chris Pratt played a cat and he was, in Sonic, not in Sonic, in Garfield and in the Mario movie. And also both of the video game people, Sonic and Mario, said
yeah. You're right. They did say.
Now I'm getting it. Because
no, I was with you, John. He was cut out.
My end, you cut out, and we heard just something along the lines of like, Mario says meow, about 10 seconds of silence, and that's why they're both two of the biggest video game characters. And I was like, that cannot be right. What
That's
you said
not
cannot
correct.
be correct.
No, I definitely must have cut out there because I drew some parallels there. Anyway, moving on. I was cooking.
It was.
You
cooked.
I think it is. I understand why they would go with the cat suit for this scene because I don't know. He's getting like kind of whooped for the whole like moment, and then he gets the cat suit and he locks in. But there are other power-ups he could have gotten, and they went with the cat suit, which is cool, and it works. But the meow did bother me, because that Sonic movie did come out before this. A good amount before this. So there was, I don't know, like, you don't need to take the other franchise's bit, especially when the bit goes poorly.
I don't think they did.
I don't think it was on purpose.
Yeah, I think they were like trying to be funny, and it was a miss.
The meow controversy cost one studio too much money. We all know the meow.
So, no, it wasn't just the meow, but to talk about Sonic for a second. So Dad, who doesn't know this, or maybe he does, I don't know, but you might not know this, listener. Sonic the Hedgehog, when the first trailer dropped, it was so despised, the look of Sonic, that the internet collectively, for the first time in a long time, got together and bullied a studio into saying, we hate this. And the studio listened. Paramount Studios listened. They said, we hear you. We're going to delay the movie. We're going to we're going to reanimate the entire thing. No more long leg Sonic. No more teeth. And that's been meow talk. Okay, moving on. So Mario defeats Donkey Kong with the cat suit. Cranky's like, all right, cool. You know, you have my sword.
That's a bet.
You know?
Yeah, sure. I'll sacrifice my entire kingdom for a different kingdom because a bet's a bet.
And Bowser, he's on his way to the Mushroom Kingdom right now. But we just went on this whole adventure to get here. How are we going to get back? And Cranky goes, we got to get some carts. And then we hear Thunderstruck by band
AC/DC. Holy God. Dude. Come on, man.
I'm tired.
It's later for us than it is for you.
This is true. Anyway, so we hear Thunderstruck and they build their carts. Yes, go ahead, John.
Fast fact, they play the Mario Kart 8 kind of cart customization, because they're actually able to, like in the Mario Kart game, they can kind of move up and down on these little dial things to like choose how their cart could look. So, you know, Mario picks like kind of the one you see on the box art, like the classic cart. Peach picks a bike. Toad picks like a truck
monster
with like
truck
out wheels. Yeah, which is kind of funny. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's not that bad. I mean, Thunderstruck, yes, that's tough. Like it shouldn't. They probably could have used any other Mario Kart music because there's so much to choose from. I like the scene.
There's so much to choose. Yeah, you know, it's fun. You know, it's a fun little scene that they build their carts. I didn't mind this part too. I just am upset that it's in the Kong Kingdom, Jungle Kingdom. I'm sorry, but they build their carts and then they set out on the road and they head out, and then we kind of see behind Mario, Toad, and Peach, Cranky Kong has like this kind of pimped out bike, and then also like a tricycle of sorts, and then Donkey Kong has this big kind of cart with these two giant barrels that are strapped on the back of it. And yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before we move forward with the cart stuff, we did miss two important cutbacks to Bowser. The first of which I believe is the more important of the two, as it's Bowser playing the piano.
Yes,
I think it is important to talk about.
It is
that. So
it is very important.
This is part of the success of this movie, of this particular scene. So Bowser's playing the piano, and he's singing a love song to his sweet, sweet Peaches. Dylan, play 2 seconds of it here.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Dylan, you're getting a lot of work this week. Anyway, Peaches was so popular that it was actually Jack Black's first charting single on the Billboard Top 100.
Yeah,
it's a masterpiece,
and it's interesting. Yes, it's very. I was gonna say it's actually very well made. And apparently, at one point, it was gonna be a rock. guess like a different, like electro rock, something like that, rock metal, something along a different
like
range.
hard rock metal.
And then they ended up transitioning it with someone's idea, which I would assume Jack Black had some input on it, into this rock ballad. And it came out great. The line Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong 2. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you is pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's I believe that's in the second verse.
No, you're right.
He plays that later, but that's okay.
I love the piano.
And then when he gets interrupted, I do love that. Like he's like, Kamek, jam with me, and then they play the underground theme.
Come sit with me.
They have like they play a serious conversation. They play that classic song. It's wonderful. Anyway.
Now, Dad, if you don't know what that is,
and what's the second?
You have to explain that.
But
that's the underground theme in the second level of the Super Mario Brothers game. You can't just leave that unexplained, Mike.
I said that. It's fine.
You sure?
Hey.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. So what was the other? What's no?
Well,
leave
I was
it
gonna
in.
say after they have the serious conversation, Bowser gets frustrated for probably something along the lines of Peaches with Mario, and Bowser that upsets him. So he slams the cover of the piano keys onto Kamek's hands, and then when Kamek says, "Boss, can I like open the lid and like leave?" He goes, "Nah, you gotta stay and understand the pain I'm in," which is kind of funny. And then the second scene is Bowser kind of prepping for a marriage proposal to Peach. So, he's got this bouquet of piranha plants and he's wearing his nicest outfit he's got. So that's the white hat, which is from Mario Odyssey. And he's kind of running this proposal by Kamek, and Kamek is dressed as Peach to kind of help Bowser simulate what's going on. And then they get word that they have defeated Donkey Kong and that the Kongs are on board and that they have to go, Bowser was like, we have to shut this down and we have to stop them before they get back.
Yeah, I've had enough of this.
Which leads us into our next part.
So our team is driving on the road. We see hundreds of Kongs behind them, probably. And they're driving down this road and they're like, Mario's like, "Hey guys, the road ends. There's no road." And Cranky's like, "First day or whatever." And they jump off the end of it, and turns out they land on the Rainbow Road. Wonderful thing from the Mario Kart games that apparently can just transport you anywhere you need to go. And they drive down the Rainbow Road, and everyone's having a good time, and they're laughing and driving or whatever. And Bowser comes out of nowhere with his group of cronies, and they intercept the kart party, I guess, and some high stakes battling ensues while they're driving go-karts.
You have a fast fact?
Well, I was gonna say the fast fact is throughout that there's a part I quite like where DK and Mario are next to each other, and because you said they're talking to one another, and I guess Mario's trying to flirt, and then DK and Mario start going back and forth, and then DK ends the conversation by just whispering, "I hate you," so he goes "I hate you," and then he drives away. Seth Rogen does a really good job throughout this movie.
Oh, Seth Rogen rocks in this. Seth Rogen's a great Donkey Kong. Great, no notes on Seth Rogen.
That's a really good job. But yeah, once they kind of start getting into it with those, so there's the Bowser Force and then there's the Kongs, and they're all firing Mario Kart items at one another, except some of them are cheating and using bullet bills, which you can't shoot those during the race. That's no bueno.
We're actually playing real Mario Kart right now.
It's not cool.
You actually become the bullet bill.
Yeah. But all of it kind of culminates in a couple people lose their vehicles, so Mario's car gets destroyed, and Toad almost falls to his demise, but Peach does a cool trick, which fast fact is a reference to a skip from a specific Mario Kart Rainbow Road course Boom, there's another one for you. But
John, explain what a skip is.
A skip. So Dad, a skip is where when you're driving or playing a game, or not driving in real life because you shouldn't do that. But
It's a shortcut.
Doing a course,
it's a shortcut, Dad.
Yeah. It's
There we go.
I don't know where they're going with this, but to the audience, it's a shortcut. That's what.
I wasn't going anywhere. So I was on John.
Just let him drown. Let him drown.
No.
You've let me drown like 10 times.
It was
All
funny.
right, anyway.
It was funny.
But the ultimate,
yeah.
I was gonna say the ultimate culmination of the scene is they actually end up winning, right? They defeat the force of Bowser's people, except the head of Bowser's Goon Brigade is a Koopa with a blue shell, and he decides it's time, and he says, "I'm not letting you leave," and then he tucks himself into his shell, and he becomes the blue shell.
Blue shell.
Exactly. And then he just explodes the Rainbow Road.
He sacrifices himself.
He sacrifices himself and ends up blowing up the Rainbow Road, to which that causes some problems, which leads to a couple characters falling, specifically.
And those couple characters are Mario and Donkey Kong.
And Mario, yes.
And they fall into the water, and Donkey Kong, he can't swim. Mario can swim because he's a plumber. I don't know how those two correlate, but he can. And he saves Donkey Kong, and he puts him on like a little barrel, and he's like, "You saved me. Why'd you do that?" And he was like, "Don't worry, I won't tell anybody." And Donkey Kong's like, "Good, don't." Then we cut away.
They cut away.
And then sprinkled throughout is a bunch of chats with Luigi, and it's like Luigi's just in the cage, and the Luma's like, "Kill me!" And then Luigi's like, "Oh dear God." Anyway,
I was gonna say the rest of the gang gets captured is an important thing to note. So when that bridge explodes, it separates them. Mario, Donkey Kong fall. The rest of the Kongs and the princess and Toad, they're all captured by Bowser's crew and taken to the thing.
Wait, no. Hold on.
Taken to Bowser's
They
castle.
split them up. Peach and Toad are on one side of the road, and the Kongs are on the other.
Oh yes, that is correct.
But they all get captured. It doesn't matter.
Not Peach and Toad. They go and warn
something happens later, yeah. But every time they cut back to Luigi, morale is not good in the Bowser prison system. They are not well taken care of. No one is happy. The penguins are really sad. Not a fun time.
Mario and Donkey Kong are then eaten by a giant eel.
Yep.
Think Pinocchio. So they're eaten by this giant eel, and they're like in the stomach of this eel, and they kind of have a little heart-to-heart, kind of a heart-to-heart, where Mario opens up about how he's like, "Well, my father doesn't respect me," and Donkey Kong's like, "Well, my dad doesn't respect me, but your dad's right, actually, to not respect you."
I hate you, Mario. You don't deserve anything good that happens to you. And then I think he throws something at him, and then the eel gets a little bit upset because this is all going on in its stomach, so it takes on more water.
Well, Donkey Kong on the back of his go-kart had a lovely rocket barrel that they ignite, and they ride the rocket barrel, out of the eel. Yeah, like you said.
Out of the eel, and then they're back in the game, and then maybe they're friends, kinda.
They're like frenemies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any thoughts, Justin? Got anything to say?
I don't know if I would say frenemies. I would say
acquaintances.
No, they accept what's going on with and that they're similar, and that they could relate to it, and then at the end of the day,
we're different, but we're the same.
What?
They're different but the same.
Yes.
Parallel.
Parallel, juxtaposed, parallel. Anyway.
The hero's journey. The hero's journey in the frenzy.
Yes, call for action. Yes.
But I'm not sure if I.
Anyway,
I don't know yet.
well, that's. I
think they're developing a friendship.
Just your opinion.
I think they're developing a friendship.
I'm going crazy. It's so hot in my heart. So Peach and Toad, they
go back.
They return to the Mushroom Kingdom,
right?
And they're like, "Guys, you guys gotta go. Bowser's coming.
The kind of
you guys gotta evacuate." But kind of Toad Town, yeah. And Bowser arrives way quicker than they thought, and captures Peach and Toad, and he proposes to Peach, and he does his little joke that he did earlier, which he was like, being an evil ruler has really made me come out of my shell. Doesn't land with Peach.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, doesn't land with Peach. Doesn't land with Peach, and she's like, no, I'll never marry you. And he was like, well, then I'm going to kill all these people. So, well,
he's actually going to kill all the people for her. He says he's going to. I believe he says he's going to execute all of his prisoners in her honor.
Yeah, but she's like, I'll stop that if I marry you. Right?
No. He's going to do it anyway.
Why does she agree? Why does she agree?
I think she does. She agrees to give more time for other toads to escape. Those who are captured, cooked, gone. It's tough, but the ones that could maybe flee can maybe flee.
Anyway, so she agrees to get married. To Bowser.
She agrees to get married to, in promise. She wants a promise for Bowser to not hurt the toads, and she accepts, and he accepts.
But the Kongs
are captured.
The Kongs that you went out of your way to bring into this.
You
fight.
dragged them into this, actually. Yeah,
they can go.
They're all captured.
That's fine. It's Cranky Kong's kind of annoying. It's okay. So yeah, like you mentioned, Kamek shows up to the prisoners and is like, "Hey, good news! You're all invited to the wedding. To die! Ha-ha!" And Peach tells Toad, "Hey, for the wedding, I need you to get me a very special bouquet of flowers." So Toad leaves, and then instantly comes back with the special bouquet of flowers, which includes an ice flower. So as she goes up to the altar, Bowser's in his nice fancy suit. We see a bunch of different villains from the Mario franchise, such as King Babam and Abu. Others.
Well, it's not just any Boo, Mike. It's King Boo.
King Boo, correct.
Gotta specify the title.
All the kings are there. Well, some of the kings are there.
A couple of them.
I do like. There's this funny bit which King Babam sits down on a bench and he hits a Koopa, and the Koopa kind of goes back and forth, like he's like in his shell, and it kind of just like spins back and forth, like hitting it back and forth, and he just kind of has to like stop it with his hand. Thought that was pretty fun. Fun reference to the game. A little fast back there. It'd be great if there was a visual to show, but there isn't. But anyway, so Peach goes up to the altar and is like, "Hey, I'm not going to marry you," and touches the ice flower, and she becomes Elsa from Frozen and starts icing everybody, and ices Bowser, and he's frozen, and ices the mechanism that's going to drop all the prisoners into the lava pit. And Mario and Donkey Kong, they also arrive via barrel, and Mario gets a new power-up. Well, actually, they both get power-ups, and Donkey Kong gets a fire flower, which is the first time, I believe, in the history of the Mario universe that Donkey Kong has received the fire flower. pushes
Because
up
they're-
classes.
They make it to, because they land in Toad Town, or they get near Toad Town. That's where
Kind
they
of, please, kind of Toad Town.
kind of Toad Town. And so above kind of Toad Town is
Justin's
the
laughing.
Bowser's-
And why are you laughing?
Because you did a glasses thing and you have no glasses on. That's what cracked me up. Sorry.
I just thought that would be
I
funny.
thought it was. I
it'd
thought
be
it was funny.
If it's a visual medium,
I'd be killing it right now.
this would be going so good. Zero listens, 0 downloads.
No, we have 1 download. Dad. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
But they're on the lower level, and their whole goal is for them to get to the higher level. So they're using the power-ups, they're getting all of the stuff. They're working as a team, even though they're maybe friends. I don't know what you guys ended up landing on in that debate. But they kind of go, and they're working together, and they get... Mario has the Tanuki suit, which is where he kind of looks like a
raccoon.
Tanuki. Yeah.
Our
So
raccoon.
he can fly now, and DK...
Because our raccoon can fly.
because they can fly. And DK
Yeah,
has the
you
fire
probably know this
flower.
from Super Mario Brothers 3. Anyway, keep going. Yeah, DK gets the fire flower.
So the whole thing is they're working their way up while Peach is trying to hold down things up top, and somehow, some way, King Babam, who is a Babam, catches a light, and then he just explodes.
He explodes. He dies. So there's so far we have 2 major deaths in this movie. Poor Kong that exploded on his way to work, and King
Blue Shell
Babam.
yeah. Oh yeah. So those 2 guys, but by blowing up, because
and Blue Shell as well. Yeah,
and
you're
Blue
right.
Shell. But by him blowing up as Bombs do, it messes with the mechanism that was dropping the other. So the Kongs and the Luma and Luigi, it was dropping them into lava because they were being sacrificed for the wedding, and as they're falling into the lava and Luigi's scrambling, doing his best to not get cooked alive, Donkey Kong made it to the above, and he ends up saving them and catching the chain that was falling so that they can get to safety, and he starts pulling them back up.
Did you mention Mario catches Luigi?
No, I did not. I didn't get to that.
So Luigi is right about to be dipped into the lava, and as he's getting pulled up, as Donkey Kong pulls up the chain, Luigi starts to fall, and Mario catches him, and the brothers are reunited again, and he's like, "Lou, I told you nothing bad would happen if we stuck together." And they fly off back up to the top of the Princess Peach's castle, and Bowser then frees himself as he sees Mario and Peach kind of getting together, kind of talking to each other, and he gets jealous, and he frees himself from the ice prism that he has been stuck in, and he announces to everybody to release Bomber Bill. Now, Bomber Bill is a giant bullet about the size of a car.
That was a very... Okay.
We're gonna... It's
I think it's a lot larger than a car.
We're gonna go. It's car sized.
2 cars.
Yeah, it's. I like my measurements done in cars. Anyway, he orders the calling in of this kind of massive Banzai bill, which is just a bigger version of the bullet bills, which were mentioned earlier in the movie. And it's going to kind of blow up the Mushroom Kingdom. That's the call. He said,
"It's a
"Scorched
nuke.
Earth,
It's a nuke. It's a nuke.
We're doing it. We're ending it." So Mario,
if I can't be with you, nobody can.
Right.
That kind of deal,
Mario within his Tanuki suit's like, "Don't worry, guys. As the only one who can currently fly, because raccoons can fly, I'm gonna go stop it." And he's trying a bunch of things to stop it, and eventually he manages to hit it in the eye, and that makes it angry, and it starts tracking him. So the solution he comes with to kind of stop the bullet, the bill from destroying the Mushroom Kingdom is, what if I can get it into the
warp pipe that I came out of initially.
Right.
And so he chases it, or he forces he tricks it into going into the warp pipe. It sucks it in. It goes up into the ether of the universe of connecting the worlds, the kind of thing we were talking about before, where Mario and Luigi got separated, and it explodes. But when it explodes, it sets off this ripple vacuum kind of thing, and it sucks the Mushroom Kingdom into the warp pipe, and they all wind up in Brooklyn, where we started the movie. And Mario and Luigi are back on the streets of Brooklyn. Mario's like, oh my god, can't believe we're home. And Bowser is still in a scorched earth kind of mood. But because everything kind of got jumbled up and disoriented, the superstar ends up on the other side of the street, and Mario and Luigi decide to go for it. Have I missed anything?
Yeah. Yeah. Couple key things. So yes, they all end up in Brooklyn, and
no sleep till
no sleep, and Mario and Bowser get into a kind of like a quick like little like fight, and Bowser like whoops him, and he throws him into the little the Punch Out pizzeria place from before, right? And in there, Mario's thinking to himself like, oh man, maybe I'm not good enough. And then DK's like,
maybe
come on,
I'm
dude, we
Glass
got this.
Joe.
Yeah. So then the other people from the Mushroom Kingdom are still putting up a fight, and even though Bowser's like whooping DK and he's beating up whoever else is trying to help there, and Mario actually, like, they show him like quite bruised and battered. Like the visual is pretty good, where you can see like he's got swelling and stuff like that, which I did not expect for my Mario movie. But
Swelling.
it comes to a
Bruise.
swelling, bruises. Ooh. Expect him just to get a little bit smaller, but
yeah, that's why this movie's PG. This is not one just for the kiddos.
But eventually Mario gets he finds the will to like get back up, and he's like, I can do this. Like, I am not the person that they told me who's a failure. I am not the person who's going to run. I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to like.
What I'm just realizing?
Go ahead.
You know who else is from Brooklyn? Yeah, I love connecting this to other movies. Mario is Captain America. He could do this all day. He stands back up.
That's true. And I think he says something close to that when he's fighting DK too, actually.
Yeah, he says meow. But
no,
that's not what we're getting at here. But yeah, no, the point is that Mario is resilient. Yeah. And Bowser, I know what's about to happen here because I saw the movie. And Bowser.
Yeah.
Bowser's about to do his fire breath and is about to roast Mario. Not in a comedy sense, in a physical sense. Gonna roast him like a pig. But who saves the day? Who's a little brave? Can you tell me, brothers?
It's Luigi. I guess I'll go. It's Luigi.
Yeah. I was trying to give someone an in.
Yeah. It's Luigi saves the day by picking up a manhole cover and blocking the flames. And I think that is the coolest shot and best moment of this movie. However, when we watched this right beforehand, Justin had some things to say.
Well,
Justin, what's the things you had to say?
The thing is that the heat from Bowser's flames coming out of his mouth, you could see that that the manhole cover is heating up, and they don't have a lot of time, and that could severely burn him. Where I was like, I don't know if he could be holding that like very fast, like for a long amount of time.
No, but he's wearing gloves.
He was doing. No,
He
goes through the gloves.
That, I said that exact same line. But then Justin brought up the great point of Luigi's like definitely pressing his face against the hot metal.
And you could see the heat from the metal. Like, but in reality, that would probably burn his face.
Did you want Luigi's face?
That's where he draws.
You're gonna draw the line on
No.
talking toad people and monkeys who drive go-karts.
You know, I draw
and a big lizard man.
I draw the line at the one scene.
At Sebastian Maniscalco.
No.
Can you believe
No,
this?
I draw the line at the one scene back all the way in the beginning where they're crawling on the pipes, but they choose to go underneath the pipe where they could just crawl on top of the pipe. That's where that was my line for Thrawn.
Yeah, and I just don't think there's warp pipes under Brooklyn, but that's just me, you know.
Here's what
You don't
if
know.
I learned one thing from this movie.
But you don't know
about
that,
Brooklyn,
John.
is
there
that
might be one.
there might not be warp pipes under Brooklyn, but I do know that Brooklyn gets no sleep till.
No, there's no sleep. Just awake.
No sleep till. Just
Only awake in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Always awake in Brooklyn. It's a bad
but
bit. Anyway.
They go. They go for the manhole cover, and then afterwards, as Mike mentioned a little bit earlier, they go, okay, star. If we can get to the star, we can win this. We can come back. We can do it.
Wait.
Time.
Yes. Now I'm changing my answer. I think I want to go back to.
What was the question?
No.
What?
No. Wait. I'm going back. I'm changing my answer to whatever we just were talking about, where I draw the line. I draw the line when Luigi or Mario, I don't remember who it was, saves the dog by a plunger. That's where I draw the line.
You were thinking about
That's where I draw
that?
the line.
You thinking about that?
Going further.
I know that if or they know that if they get the star, they could come back, and so they do that mad dash.
Johnson, I have no time for this. We must.
Yeah, might as well keep going.
That's not gonna be up. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm gonna call him.
We'll wake him up.
Maybe
But they go for the star.
no sleep till.
No.
Yeah.
Only awake in
Only awake in Staten Island.
Only awake in Staten Island. But they
There's
get
no fun Staten Island song.
get to the star. Someone else take over. Mike, they get to the star.
So they get the star. So they get the star. And they go, you know, and they beat up all Bowser's cronies, and they explode all over the place. It's a beautiful array. And Luigi gets super speed, and Mario gets super speed and strength, and, you know, they defeat everybody really easily. And they grab Bowser by the tail, and they spin him around like in Mario 64, a fast fact, and throw him into the air, and they basically just destroy and beat up Bowser because he's, you know, they're invincible for however long the star lasts. And they incapacitate him. And Bowser, laying there on the ground, Peach goes up to him and is like, here, eat this mini mushroom, and shrinks Bowser down. They put him in a jar, and they save the day, and they imprison Bowser.
They put him in a jar.
And the people of Brooklyn, specifically starting with Sebastian Maniscalco, he goes, can you believe this? The Mario Brothers saved the day? Leave it in, Dylan.
It's pretty bad, Dylan.
That's the one.
And they,
That's the one.
yeah. Can you believe this? I probably did that 40 times in this freaking thing. But he's like, those are the Super Mario Brothers, woohoo! You know, and you know, his family gathers out, and Mario sees his dad, and his dad goes, "That's my boys!" And Mario's so proud. And they've saved the day. They've saved Brooklyn, and they, you know, we cut to the next day, and Mario wakes up, and Luigi, you know, hands him a cup of coffee. And they get dressed, and they open the door, and you think it's going to be Brooklyn because it looks like Mario's apartment from before. But turns out they're in the Mushroom Kingdom, and they grab their tools, and they jump around, and they plummet down a warp pipe, and it says the Super Mario Brothers movie. And that's Act 1. Now let's get to Act 2. That was the Super Mario Brothers movie. And then we get a post-credit scene where we're under Brooklyn, and we see a Yoshi egg hatch, and also Bowser sings Peaches again, and gets interrogated by some guards, and it's like, shut up, and he's like sad, and that's the movie.
And that's the movie.
And that's the movie.
That's the movie. We did it, everybody.
Yeah, good job.
It took 1 hour and 46 minutes, which is longer than the movie. So
Yeah, no, it's good.
we're gonna try my favorite segment of the show, which is what's Dad think? I change the name of this every time too. I don't remember what the segment's actually called, but
we didn't have
Dad
this,
chat.
We didn't have
Chat
this
with
last
Dad?
With you,
What?
yeah. Dad chat.
Dad chat?
Dad
Okay.
chat.
It is currently 12:10 a.m. In Staten Island, New York. Will Papa answer the phone? No dad chat this week, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna cut that segment.
Dylan's gonna kill me.
Dylan, be kind to yourself.
So we'll move on to the next segment of the show. We're talking about the monkeys of the movie, which we've kind of done a couple times throughout the plot. But our two main monkeys we have, which are Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong. So let's start with Cranky Kong, as we kind of talked about before. As a monkey, he does some monkey things. I don't know what I'm going at here. How do you guys feel about him? I kind of went on my soapbox before. What's your take on Cranky Kong?
I don't think he's that bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he was okay. It wasn't really super important. I mean, I think the only purpose was really to introduce Donkey Kong. And that was pretty much it.
Okay, and how do we feel about Donkey?
Donkey Kong's amazing.
Yeah, I think, and we mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Seth Rogen does an incredible job, and he is. Because
I think he's the best part of this movie.
I was gonna say the best part about Donkey Kong is that he doesn't do anything different than just doing the Seth Rogen voice, and he just lets it go, and he just lets it rock, and it works great.
He said, he was like, when I was hired, you know, Chris Pratt and Charlie Day and Jack Black, you know, they're all doing voices, you know, they're all doing, you know, slight variations on themselves. He was like, I don't do voices. I can't do voices. So you're getting this. This is what you got. And it works perfectly. And so good, in fact, that it hasn't been officially announced, but there was some leaked stuff, kind of, where they found a trademark for a Donkey Kong movie probably coming out in the next year or two.
Oh.
So Donkey Kong, I don't know if he's going to be in the sequel. If he is, it's probably just a quick cameo, because he hasn't been talked about in the cast for Super Mario Galaxy. But yeah, he's great, and I would love to see a full film, obviously, for this podcast. But without this podcast, I think you know, I would enjoy it as well. What are you laughing about?
I like how you were like, for this podcast and the purpose of this podcast, I would like to see that movie.
You know, it helps drive it further.
Yeah.
You know, engagement.
Yes.
Yes. So, I kind of mentioned before kind of some background regarding how this movie got made, where it took 20 something years probably for any relationship to bloom between Nintendo and any production company to make it. So buckle up, fellas. John, you're a big fan of Sony Pictures Entertainment, right?
I specifically like I like their attempt at making a Spider-Man cinematic universe without Spider-Man, or SPUM, if you would. Yeah,
and do you know someone by the name of Aviarad? So Aviarad. Now, Aviarad is the driving force behind SPUM and the Marvel Cinematic, and Spider-Man in general. He's a big proponent of Spider-Man, getting Spider-Man to the screen, but he also is the driving force behind any movie. You know, he was the producer behind any movie that had to do with Spider-Man. And in 2014, according to the infamous Seth Rogen Sony leak, where Seth Rogen made a movie about North Korea, and North Korea leaked a bunch of Sony's emails. Avi Arad and Amy Pascal, the heads of Sony Pictures, were trying to court Mario and Nintendo over to their side to make movies. Didn't work. Didn't. Well, obviously it didn't work because they've made this movie. But they really wanted to get Gendy Taranovsky. I don't know if you know who that is. He directed the Hotel Transylvania films to direct a film. He also created a little show called Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack. The original Star Wars: The Clone Wars from like 2003. So he was their original choice to direct this film. They didn't go with them because Nintendo is notorious for being very sacred with their IP and their characters. They just so recently, when this movie came out, and prior to that, they've started to let things go. There was potentially around this time, they were in talks with Netflix to do a Zelda TV show and a Star Fox TV show, but then there was a Netflix leak, and Nintendo says, it's canceled. You can't have it. It's over. And they're like, yeah, we did all this scripts and concept art. And they're like, nope, you ruined it. Ruined the surprise. You can't have that. So it's kind of amazing that this even got made in the first place, but they seem to like working with each other. Avi Arad did win out in the end. They are making a live-action Legend of Zelda movie over at your favorite studio, Sony Pictures, with the same producing team as the Spum movies, so that's exciting.
This will be the time. It's going to work this time.
This time, we'll get it. We'll get it this time. In terms of, like, how it is as a movie, I don't particularly love this movie. I know you guys like this movie probably a lot more than I do. As a movie, I'm not saying... okay, hold on. I think it just... Like, there's a lot of fun moments and there's a lot of fun scenes, but there's... Characters don't... There's no tension in this movie.
Boo his boo, boo.
Don't make me make the argument of who this movie's targeted for, Michael. Don't make me.
No, please bring it up.
Children.
It's for children.
But it's not about that. But it's a there's good children's movies.
Yes, there are.
But it's a lot of and I understand Mario is such a hard task to kind of tackle. You know, there's the 90s film, and then John and I over COVID read a terrible script by a terrible man. That was another attempt at a Mario movie. But how do I put this without making you guys really upset? It's very much just like, here's the things from the game. There, we showed you the things.
Yeah, that's the whole.
It's very look at the thing.
That's the whole.
It's pretty cool. Actually,
that's the whole.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I think there could be more. You know, we could have a little bit more tension. We could have a little bit more stakes. Like I don't know, like the montage sequence where Mario's like training to get good or whatever. Like, we rush through that, you know, and does he succeed? No. And he only succeeds by accident kind of throughout the entire film.
I think he...
And also...
we had so much other stuff to cover.
Didn't we just talk about the whole movie?
That's the thing. I think... No, I know, we did. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I wanted it to be... It should be a little bit better. I want it to be a little bit funnier. Like, there's just...
It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny
being really good
for you, Michael. What do you mean?
I think it could be funny.
Shell line was fantastic. Died out of my.
No, it's good. Like, and everyone is You fell over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Knee slapper.
I just wish it was like, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it could be better.
I think
yes. What do you?
I think the view, and I understand the idea of, yes, it could be deeper. Yes, it could have more tension. Yes, it could develop its characters better. Okay, but does it?
But I raise you.
No, but my point I'm about to make is that it feels like it's doing what it has to do, right? Thinking about Mario as a character, you know, maybe there isn't much tension. The tension is, I gotta get the princess and I gotta stop that big turtle. It does the line and the progression it needs to, and adds the setup and layers that it needs to for future movies. And maybe it's because the last time there was a Mario movie, things didn't go well, and that the last time there was, you know, a really, really good, well, I guess Sonic was the good video game movie before it, right? But, you know, the track record hasn't been great. And when something this high profile and high value and high budget comes out, there's this expectation of maybe it being like super incredible. But it's good. It's a fun time. I don't know, man. I agree. I think you're thinking too deep. I think you're getting too deep in your bag.
I think it does the job. I think it hits all the points. It hits all the nostalgia. Everyone that has played a Mario game and is a Nintendo fan, they have a lot of Easter eggs, as we've been talking about throughout this podcast. And it's
some fast facts throughout.
It's if you know, I know that you could be a little critical because, you know, you have more of an insight than us, and you study movies. But I think you're going. It's for at least from my perspective. I think it's doing the job. It does the job. It's fun. It doesn't have to be in too deep. It's set up the entire Mario universe, and I'm really looking forward to this sequel.
Yeah, no, me too. Like, I'll watch 150 of these. I don't care, but I'm just saying.
I'll have like, notes, you know.
I'll just be like, oh, that could have been better.
Look out for my review.
And the criticism that I feel is the most valuable, like, to this, and I hope that in the sequel, is I agree that the music is a major letdown. Not in the sense that, like, the music is bad, but rather, yes, the insistent and constant use of licensed music when you have such a disposal and such an inventory of songs is incredibly frustrating. And I'm sure for anyone who, if you haven't played the games, it's a little bit jarring to go from, like, you know, oh, this is a cool melody to, oh, there's Thunderstruck.
I do agree.
There's Take on Me.
I agree.
There's the Beastie Boys.
They could have just...
the Beastie Boys one is fine.
Nah, they could have just used their own music. They didn't really have to throw those in there. It's just they made it more.
Well, here's
fun.
what annoys me though is that they're you know, the person who composed the music. Let me find his name for this movie.
Let me get him out.
Brian Tyler. So Brian, he did compose music for all of those scenes, but they chose to slap the other music on top of it. So there was a thing that went around Twitter when the movie came out, or when it came out on probably DVD or video on demand at that time, where they played the scenes side by side where you can listen to the original song that he made for the movie and Take on Me, and it obviously works a lot better to the original song that he made for the movie because he composed it for the movie. He did. It's not, you know, it's not for Take on Me, but it's fine. It's whatever. We'll move on. I'm stepping off my soapbox again. I'm back to normal height. I'm looking at your chest. It's fine. I think it's a funny bit. Speaking of Twitter, here's a fun fact. The entire movie was leaked on Twitter a month after the movie came out, so that's fun. And then it led to Twitter banning some certain stuff. So let's talk about what happens to this movie if there is no monkey in the movie. If there's no monkeys, there's no Kong Kingdom. What happens?
I don't think they saved the kingdom.
Peach
kind of
marries
Town.
Bowser.
I don't think they saved
tries to defeat him. I think she would still attempt to marry and defeat Bowser.
Oh, you know what?
There would be,
but then he would.
There would be
time out. Wait a minute.
Get sacrificed, I guess.
They don't. If they lost, I'm trying to think, in the sense of, since they caught all the Kongs, they didn't need the Kongs. They just needed DK.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if DK didn't help bail Mario out, or if DK didn't push Mario to be better, would Mario have been able to succeed? And you'd probably say no, right?
No,
wait,
I think he still
was
would.
DK the one?
You think he'd clutch?
Wait, was DK the one saved Luigi when the cage was going into
No,
the
Mario
lava?
does.
No, but doesn't he pull him
no,
up?
DK stops him from
So-
falling because the whole thing is DK because the cage is melting into the lava with Luigi, and Luigi's about to get because he's trapped in the cage as the lava's rising
Right.
up. He can't get out unless DK pulls the chain up a little higher. But Luigi doesn't have great grip strength. I guess he can't support himself. So then Mario.
So
has to save him.
DK is necessary.
They would all die. Yes,
to
they
save
would all be
Luigi.
cooked, yes. So Luigi would go, the star would go, the penguins would be gone, which I guess is fine. I don't know. I in the grand scheme, but
So DK is necessary. Cranky Kong is not. So Mike's hate towards Cranky Kong is valid. He's a useless character.
it's like Mass Effect. it's like Mass Effect. If I didn't have the right guy, do my other guys go?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, some other facts about this movie. This movie cost $100 million to make.
How much?
How much money do you think $100 million was the budget of this movie? How much money do you think this made at the box office?
$383 million
I'm
in
gonna-
America and $687 million worldwide.
I was gonna say over a Billy. So
Oh wow! You just guessed that off the top of your head.
No.
You got that right off. Yeah.
Yeah.
his one note is prepared for that question.
It's
And was
it
it?
just
Justin
stuck,
knows the financials of the
it
movie.
just stuck in my head.
So it made $1.31 billion.
Billion.
I heard
Was that
I heard
close?
the 1.3. I heard the
Yeah,
1.3.
$1.3 billion
Sweet.
at the box office.
Where does it place? Does that place it in top 10 highest grossing films? No.
It is the highest grossing video game movie of all time.
Is it up there for animated?
It is up there for animated. The highest grossing animated film of all time is Niza 2 is the highest grossing animated film of all time. With this came out last year, $2.2 billion.
We're not close. Okay, never mind then.
Zootopia
Oh, wow. Okay.
Zootopia 2, $1.8 billion. The Lion King live action but not live action remake, $1.6 billion. Inside Out 2, $1.6 billion.
Wow.
Frozen
Okay,
2, $1.4 billion. Super Mario is the 20th highest grossing film of all time.
Wow.
Still pretty good.
As of recording.
Still pretty good.
$1.3 billion.
$1.3 billion.
In Mexico, it was the highest grossing film of all time, surpassing Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, let's
Cool.
go.
So it's the
There you
highest grossing film in Mexico.
Highest grossing film in Mexico.
And then it wouldn't be Mario if we didn't talk more about Charles Martinet. Charles Martinet was the voice of Mario for many years. This is the last time he gets to actually voice characters in a Nintendo property. He retired from voicing Mario after this. In it, he plays two roles. He plays Giuseppe, the guy who plays Jumpman at the start of the movie. He tells them, it's a good commercial, wahoo! And then he also plays Mario's dad, and his last line is, "Those are my boys." And he played both Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi in pretty much every piece of Mario media up until this point. And that's him kind of saying goodbye to those characters. So that's a nice little tribute.
So sad.
That's really nice. It's really
He's not.
awesome.
He's and then so he's transitioned over into being a Mario ambassador for Nintendo.
Oh.
So he goes to conventions and stuff, and he
Cool.
helps Nintendo promote Mario stuff. But he's kind
Is the new
Mhm.
person for the new person who's voicing Mario? That's not Chris Pratt. So the person who does it for all the other
in the
media
video games. Yeah,
do they do Luigi, Wario, and all that stuff, or did they get separate people for
they're different voice actors now.
different voice
for
actors? Okay.
Mario and Luigi. Yeah. So they kind of have references to three different versions of Mario in this movie. You have Charles Martinet, you have Captain Lou Albano, your personal favorite, John. I know this, and of course Chris Pratt. They all kind of have their little moments in this movie, so that's kind of nice as a kind of a history piece for Mario.
I was gonna say there's another nice thing they do to honor because I know they had former Nintendo president Iwata, because he passed away, I think, a couple years before the movie came out, I want to say.
Yeah, probably like 2 or 3 years before.
But
I think it was right around COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, when they're like, the people of Brooklyn are together, there's a like human that looks pretty close to him as a way of like keeping him in like Nintendo media, which is really nice because that guy was really, really awesome. He helped a lot of people from the company and the employees.
You know, he did a lot of good stuff. I know, like, when they weren't doing well, he took a pay cut to like pay his employees and keep things going at Nintendo, so they wouldn't become a failing company. And so just kind of, it's a cool movie. It's there's cool stuff.
He came around, John.
All around. No, I didn't come around. I just said, there's some nice stuff about it.
I was gonna say there's a beauty to it. They're trying to make a lot of people honor a lot of people.
It's just trying to make people happy. Yeah.
The only person who wasn't happy was John Leguizamo, supposedly,
and Mike.
Correct. That is correct.
And Mike wasn't happy.
Well, no, John Leguizamo was more upset than me. He was saying Luigi's Latino. And in that movie, Luigi is Latino, but in this movie, Luigi is Italian. But he's also Charlie Day is Italian. Chris Pratt is an Italian. It's a whole thing. So we are approaching the 2-hour mark here. So I think we need to wrap this up. So
well, we're just getting started.
Monkey see, monkey do, or monkey see, monkey do?
Monkey see, monkey do.
I agree. I think this is a movie that if you have the opportunity to watch, why not? So monkey see, monkey do.
And I know I was giving it some flack and some criticism, but it is fun. Monkey see, monkey do. Check it out. Enjoy it. Even though we just talked the whole thing. But it's a beautiful looking movie. And there are some good jokes, and it's not the worst thing you could put on at the end of the day.
You say monkey see, monkey do, and you're just like, I mean, I guess.
You could do a lot worse. You could watch Minions. That's more annoying. This isn't annoying.
Minions was not that bad either, but that's a battle for
Minions 1?
Did not see it.
That's a battle I'll fight later. King Bob, Mike. King Bob. Don't forget.
That's pretty good. But, Anyway, let me wrap up the show here. All right, I want to thank Justin and John for joining us today as we kind of spun into insanity. I want to thank Dylan. Thank you so much, Dylan, for the edit. You did good work on this one. Round of applause for Dylan. Yeah. I want to thank Elias for our logo. I want to thank you all for listening. If you're listening on YouTube, please give us a like and 5 stars and subscribe. Do they still do 5 stars? I don't remember. But like and subscribe, comment down below. Any engagement is good engagement. If you're listening on a podcast, give us or a podcatcher like Apple Music or Spotify or that's really the 2 I kind of push. Or for some reason Amazon. I don't know. No one listens on Amazon. If you're listening there, give us a 5-star review. Write something really nice. And, that helps us engagement as well. Also tell your friends about the show. If you have any questions, send them my way at cinemonkeypod@gmail.com. Or if you have an idea for an upcoming episode, send them to there as well. You can follow me at cinemonkeypod on Instagram and at Mike DePalmtree on Instagram as well. Anything you guys want to promote?
Cinemonkey.
Yeah, I was going to say, listen to Cinemonkey.
If they got this far, they better have.
Happy to be on the show. Making laughs.
So,
Seth Rogen impressions.
And Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh no, that's edited out.
And I want to thank Sebastian. Good comedy. All right, how are we going to end the show? I have thought of a thing. Each of us gets to pick one Mario trait. So you could pick a wahoo, a yippee, or a waha. So Justin, why don't you start us off?
A woohoo!
That's pretty good. John, you could pick a yippee or a waha.
Waha!
Yippee! All right. Thank you very much. Bye.